So you sign into your Wix page using the credentials I sent over to you earlier. This will open your control panel for your website. Go to the blog section that's on the left hand side here. Here you'll see all the blogs that are published, and you can add or remove blogs as and when you want, and you can also edit them once they're already published. So let's create a new post right now. So I clicked on the create new post button that you just saw earlier, and you get this blank page here. Here you simply start adding the contents that you want. So you add a title. There's a placeholder here for your paragraph and your title. If you hit the enter key on your keyboard, you can move to the next paragraph. So you can keep adding more and more lines, as many as you want. If you need to add an image on the next line, say below this, you can add some space here and go to the left panel, or these are the control buttons. Under the add option, you can see that you can insert various elements into your blog page. So for example, you can click on an image. You click on it, it will open the image library of the website. You can either upload your own or choose one that's already there within the library. So for example, if I want to choose this banner, just click on it and add to page. Then you can, to some extent, you can scale it and have some adjustments. You can align the images to your left or right or center. And you can add, say for example, if you want somebody to click on this and go to another web page, you can add a link to this image. Enter a link, say this is the link to any page. You can click on it, and then when you hit save and somebody clicks on this later on, they'll be taken to that page. And you can continue writing text by simply clicking on this and going to your keyboard and hitting the down arrow key. Once you're done, then you can, your blog is ready, the blog contents are ready. You can even format them. For example, you want to convert this subtitle into a slightly bolder font. There are formatting options here. You can click on bold, italic, you can even underline, etc. You can change the color of the text to some other color. And you can, for example, if you want to add bullet points, you can simply go here and click on these bullet options here. You can either number them or bullet point them. And if you want to convert any one text piece into a link, you can just select that text and add a link to that text. So when you save it, this particular text string would be a link to Google or any page that you add. So once you're done with this, you can publish the page. You can preview the page by clicking here to see how it looks before it's published. This is how the blog will look. Then you can simply close this and make any edits that you want. So suppose you want to make some edit, you can. It's not yet published. No one outside, no one on the website will be able to see this as yet. Only when you hit the publish button here on the top right, only then you can, people will be able to view it. There are some settings that you need to do before you publish. For example, who's the author of this blog? If you want to set that, go to settings here, and there's an author column here under settings. So there are various authors that are already set here, Genevieve and me. You can add a new author, say you can create a student's name as an author, and you can give that student, say for example, you can give him this can be anything, but this is just something that you can identify the student with later on. Or if you want to add a teacher here, you can also add a teacher. You can give a description of what that person is. You can add a photograph of that person by going to your site library. Should I get the photo of the person here? It's important to add a photo because it might be confusing for people. Once you created an author, people need to know who that person is. So it's good to add an image here. There is a preview image. By default, it's picked up this one. You can change it to whatever you want. So when you, for example, if you go to your website, these are the preview images that you see. So right now it's taken whatever you put in here. You can change it to something else if you need. And there are some advanced options also here which you can add a description here, etc. You can add some related posts. You can experiment with this, although these are slightly advanced options. There's an SEO section which has one important thing in it. The rest is quite technical, but this is what will appear on Google if somebody searches for a blog and they find this. It will pick up certain default text from whatever you've written and add it to the page, but you can also customize it. So, for example, you can say so once you do this in the description field in Google, this is what you will see when they find this title. So right now, whatever is the title of the blog, it's taken that by default, but you can also change it or you can leave it as it is. And there is something called as the URL slug, which is kind of important. This is what the page URL will look like. So if you use some generic words like this, you will have a lot of blogs with these generic names. You won't be able to identify them later on. So you might want to actually define what this blog is. So you can't add spaces here. This is just a string. And when you do this, then the URL of the page would become this. It's englishoutSpoken.com/posts. That's a blog post /students first blog. So that kind of gives you the domain name or the URL of the website. And there are other things such as you can set a category for this. So for example, you can create a category especially for students. So when you say okay, that's where it will be. So whenever you create students blogs, you can put them under the category called students. And if you add some teachers blogs or if there are some generic blogs that you want to do, then you can create categories for each of them. these are, you can add some tags here in case you want to identify. I would not go into that right now, but you can just experiment with these if you want. And that's it. So once you hit publish, it will get published on your website directly. So there is the URL of the site which you can view directly on the internet. So this is your blog. It's the name of the student, the author that you set is here, and the link that you set is active, and so on and so forth. So you can then go to all your posts. See, here you got your second category, was called students blogs. So that's how people can distinguish between what's what. All posts, of course, will show all your posts. Categories will show only the blog that's under that particular category. Here's the image that you set as a preview, and that's it. So now, if you want to edit this, once it's published, you can either edit something within the blog, or say you want to delete the blog completely and unpublish it. So then what you would do is, once again, go back to your control panel, where you simply log in with your username, and then you go to your blog section that's on your left, where you see a list of all the blogs. You see, this is the blog that's just got published. Of course, this is a dummy one, so we would not want it to be there on the live site anymore. So you can simply click on this, and you can either delete it completely, or you can revert it to draft. So it becomes unpublished, but it doesn't get deleted completely, because all the effort that you spent creating this blog will not go for waste. You can revert to draft, and it will get unpublished from your main site, and the post is moved to drafts. So if you want to resume editing that blog anytime in the future, you simply go to your draft section here, and you'll see here it is. So you can then edit, and then you're back to the editing page like we just saw. So you can keep doing anything that you want, change everything, anything that you need, and then publish it again, or just save it, and then it goes back into the draft. So you can keep creating these drafts on standby and then publishing them as and when you need. You can also set a publish date in the future by going to your ads. Sorry, let me just check. There is a published, under settings, there is a publish date setting here, where you can set a date on the calendar where you want to publish it. You can go and backdate the publishing of that blog. So when you when you change the publish date to the 21st, for example, on the list of blogs, the publish date will be, here you can see it was published a few seconds ago. You'll actually get the date 21st September that you might want to set on the blog. And you can also change the author. Once you've created the blog, you can simply go down to the drop down and change the author from, say, student to Genevieve, and then hit the publish button. So that's about it. You have full control over your blogs here in the control panel. If you deleted something, it will go into the trash. You can recover it if you accidentally delete a blog. So there are these scheduled posts which you can set if you create a new post specifically for scheduling. You can edit the categories as and when you want. Right now we called it students blogs. Since we removed that blog, unpublished the blog that we created, there are no posts here. You can change the name of this category at any time. And that's it. So that's the entire feature list of the blog section. If you need anything specific that you get stuck on, or you need help, you can call me and I'll try and help you. All right. Thanks. Bye.